It's such an exciting time when you're waiting to have your first baby. Oh, come on. Come on, this is not fair. Look at those cheeks. And then to have a doctor come into the room and tell you that your child has this incurable, fatal disease. And what you thought was possible was gone in an instant.
I'm a CF dad.
I am the proud mother.
My 2 daughters.
Our youngest, Wyatt, 22 years old.
A mother of 2, 26 years old.
I am a 37-year-old male living with cystic fibrosis.
Cystic fibrosis is a genetic disease. It's a disease that largely impacts the lungs.
When CF's bad, it's like you're breathing through a straw.
I guess it felt like climbing up a slide.
But it's also disease of the liver, of the gut.
Doctors were always like, you really shouldn't play hockey.
It's actually a systemic disease where this particular protein called the CFTR protein is malfunctioning.
The median life when I was born was under 30.
18 years old.
He was like 18.
17 years of age.
In the early 2000s, everything that was available for cystic fibrosis was focused on managing your symptoms.
Every antibiotic that we started to add on was just like a Band-Aid.
That was enough to sustain me, but not enough to prevent me from getting sicker.
It was hard to remain optimistic about what the future held.
Being sick all the time, unfortunately, that's where your mind goes. You're like, I don't know how long I'm gonna be here for and how long I can keep fighting.
Strep throat turned into a stomach infection, a lung infection, and a throat infection. That kind of hit what we know as the cliff, where you're going, you just fall off.
I was sitting in bed with her, tucking her in, and she said to me, "What happens if I don't wake up?"
You know, your only wish in life is that you can live a full life and still die before your child. Like, is that too much to ask?
Possibilities. What does possibility mean? To everybody, it's a little different. Sometimes it's just the possibility of hope.
And I started to see a glimmer because the community started to talk about a company called Vertex.
Back in 2004, the scientific community thought we were crazy when we wanted to correct a mutant protein with a small molecule.
You know, the whole concept, like, that seems like fantasy.
The approach that we took was to develop small molecules that could restore the function of the CFTR protein.
Our doctor was amazing, and one of my best days was when he said, okay, this is it.
The medical advancements that were being made, that gave us hope.
And every year, my greatest wish was to see 2 high school graduations, 2 college graduations, and 2 weddings, and maybe someday some grandchildren. So, I think my mind back then was that I wasn't going to see those things.
You know, I'll be honest with everybody right now. I didn't think that there'd be a therapy for him in time. Now, every day is a blessing.
And now, I see those things, so.
I look forward to seeing my kids graduate from high school and college, seeing them get married, maybe being a grandmother someday.
Possibilities. For me, it's the possibility of change.
I mean, the course of this disease has been changed in a generation. Think what can happen in the next decade. or the next 2 decades. Anything's possible. Cures are possible.
People go into work at Vertex every day with that one mission, which is to make the impossible possible. Because by thinking about the world from that perspective, you have brought us back our possibles. Wow.
Today, more than 90% of patients now have a medicine that can treat the underlying cause of their disease. And you could say, our work is done. Our work is not done. And we're not stopping until we get to 100% of our patients.
Because you are committed to the 10%, me and the other people in the 10% like me are able to feel hopeful.